had a few people ask me for some more videos of this thing actually running. I'd love to show you some hot rod videos, but I'm breaking in the clutch. So I thought I'd just walk you through real fast the driver interface. I think it's a pretty important part of the driver experience is like materials used, and then of course access information and settings and things like that. You know, do you have to pull out a laptop every time you want to do something, or you know, is the dashboard plastic, or you know, whatever. And as you can tell, the car's idling right now. It's pretty quiet. I mean, you know, it's not any louder than maybe a Corvette on like open race mode kind of exhaust at idle. And then once the turbos spool, they quiet it down quite a bit. But so this is an AIM MXP dash. This is the screen I use, say, for just driving on the street. It's got things like blinkers. You can see on the right there right now, I have the headlights on. So if I turn the brights on, it turns red, and so on. All along, it's kind of hard as it's dark, but all along here, there's a check engine light. What else is there? Coolant temperature, kind of normal like streetcar stuff. Icons here, and then across the top, you can't really see it either. It's dark in there for some reason, but right along here, there's a shift indicator right along here. So it's gradually, I think I was set for green, and then it turns yellow, then orange, then two double bright blue that blink, which basically means shift, and then red if it's, you know, about to hit the rev limiter basically. So this is my main screen that I use when I'm driving around. It's got RPM, what gear you're in, mile an hour, oil pressure, coolant temperature, all the basic stuff. And I haven't really finished configuring all of this. I'll show you how I'm switching between these screens, but I'm playing around. This might be like my drag race screen where I've got much bigger numbers, ones that are important. You know, I'm going on the track. I need to have RPM so I can launch the car, but I got the shift lights across the top, so I don't need to know RPM that much, but maybe I want to keep an eye on my air-fuel ratio and my boost pressure, so maybe this is what I have the drag race, and I can reconfigure this. And then here's like my mega information screen. This is when I'm actually really trying to diagnose problems or keeping an eye on things. I don't know, probably road racing as well. I've got target boost, and basically every pressure and every temperature that I log is displayed here. Coolant temperature, coolant pressure, oil temperature, pretty much everything. And this is back to the daily mode. And I can have 5 screens if I want it, but those are the 3 I think I'll probably use the most once I get them dialed in. Onto the steering wheel. So this is a GT3 RS wheel. How I switch in between screens is this button right here. So this button right here switches screens. Goes between all those different screens. This button is not set up yet, but it will hit a launch control. So when I hit this button, it doesn't show it yet, but this bottom silver bar will turn blue, and it'll actually say launch mode. And so basically what that does is it sets the VOTEC to a predetermined kind of anti-lag configuration. Basically, it's like an early rev limiter. Again, it's not set up yet, but it might be 4,000 RPM and 4 pounds of boost. So basically, I'll just floor it with the clutch in, and the revs will sit at 4,000. It'll build 4 pounds of boost. It'll be popping and banging, making all that noise. And then I can dump the clutch and take off. So another thing it does is it actually controls a solenoid that changes fluid flow for the clutch. So in launch mode, the clutch is actually slowed down. So when I dump the clutch, it actually releases the clutch slowly automatically. Basically, a solenoid controls the fluid direction. It goes through an orifice that's adjustable. So basically allows me to slip the clutch real consistently versus relying on my foot to come off the clutch smoothly. This is a rear-wheel drive car, so it's not as important, but like on a 4-wheel drive car, a manual, it's really, really helpful. It keeps you from breaking stuff. The next knob up here, these 2 are configurable. One's probably going to be boost. Well, one is boost control. I think this is ever boost control right now, and you can turn it to any, a 12 setting. So let's say, the lowest settings may be 600 horsepower. This might be 1,500 horsepower. And I might have some like a road race setting where it limits power when I'm generating a certain amount of lateral G's or whatever. I haven't labeled it yet. You can see the little notch. You can barely see. There's a little notch right here where you can, I can put a label behind this and it'll highlight that like a Formula 1 car. So eventually when I figure exactly how I want to set all this, I'll change that notch to be what it is. Maybe road race R, R1, maybe ST for street tune, or, kill, KL for full power or something. And right now I think I have this mapped to traction control, I think is what this is on right now. So basically 12 different traction control settings. And I can set these knobs and buttons are all configurable to anything I want. But that's what I'm planning on right now using them for, and I'm sure as I drive and race the car more, I'll come up with better things to do with that. Onto the paddles, since obviously this is a manual car, the paddles do different stuff. So I've got this one set up to pull a front camera on. So it's kind of hard to see, but that's a camera looking through the front grille. It allows me to pull up to a curb, like a parking spot, and not take the splitter off the car. And then What's not, you won't see any differences. Again, it's not programmed yet, but this paddle's set up, and again, this little silver bar will turn blue. It'll say a rolling anti-lag. Basically, if I'm racing somebody from a roll, I pull this lever with my left hand, I can keep my right hand on the shifter, and it'll do a rolling anti-lag. So basically, I can just floor it, and the car won't accelerate. So I'll floor it, it'll start making boost, but the car won't accelerate until I let go of this, and then the car will take off. So that way I can build boost while I'm rolling if I want for a better takeoff. What else? It's got the stereo, pretty standard kind of, you know, I think it's Kenwood MP3 DVD player, whatever. The gated shifter, blue light's kind of blinding a little bit here, but there's two knobs here. This one right here, move my hand a little bit. This one right here is volume, so I can change the volume of the stereo without pushing these fucking buttons. I hate these buttons. It takes forever if you want to go from high to low. And then the outer ring, block the blue light again here for you. It's not that bright in real life, but there's an outer ring here too. You can see it move there. That's bass. So I can control the amount of subwoofer gain and then overall gain here, so I can control the stereo. And then all this stuff is all factory AC, all this kind of stuff. I don't have the factory rear wing, so that button didn't do anything, and the traction control button right now doesn't do anything. But I may later on make these do something. I haven't decided what they might be. And also, if I push this button, I only have one setting, but if I push on this, you'll see it flash blue. It changes red, green, yellow, whatever, and those are different functions of the stereo. So I can have different equalizer settings, different timing for the speakers, so like a passenger position and a driver position for the time alignment of the different speaker locations. So this is kind of like all the stereo stuff. So that's all factory. Interior is all Alcantara. Made these little pods for the tweeters to kind of mount in, make it clean. Door speakers are all in the factory locations. Did some carbon fiber wrap on all these pieces. And that's about it. Carbon seat, Tillet carbon seat, my laptop. Black Alcantara inserts. So that's kind of when you drive this thing is what you're looking at. Can't wait to get this clutch broken in and start beating the shit out of it, and I'll make sure to get some videos of that too. Take it easy.